Hello and blessings, my beautiful souls. My name is Avalon Cameron and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a very special unboxing for you. Now I have a Witch's Bounty here that I want to unbox, but I also thought that this would be a great opportunity for me to show you how I ritually prepare my Witch's Bounty pieces. Now each preparation for my Witch's Bounty pieces are quite different one from the other because the stones are different each and every time. So I don't know what is inside this Witch's Bounty yet, but we are going to get through the unboxing and then I'm going to show you how it is that I prepare that stone to be ritually used. As you know by now, I am a big fan of ritual jewelry and I specifically use my Witch's Bounty pendants as powerful amulets, talismans, and beautiful magical pieces to draw particular energies to me and to create that kind of atmospheric shift in my auric field so that I am sparkling, so to speak. And so I thought that we would get stuck into this video and I would just break it all down for you and show you what it is that I do. Rather than doing just another stock standard unboxing, I thought that I would, yes, show you this beautiful box, of course, because I love my witches boxes, but also break it down and show you how it is that I get in there and prepare it. So if you would like to see how it is that I ritually prepare my jewelry for magical workings, then keep on watching. And please don't forget to hit that subscriber button, tap that little bell as well so that you can be notified when I post new videos. And don't forget, if you really love it, share it around. Comment below. Let's get the conversation going because I love to chat with you. You guys know that I love to chat with you. So leave them comments because I'm gonna be answering them, okay? Okay, so here it is, the beautiful Witch's Bounty. I can't wait to dig in and see what's inside. All right. This is so exciting. I love opening these boxes. So let's have a bit of a look. What's on here? Wisdom of Lumeria. Wow, okay. Oh my gosh, it's a Lumerian quartz with turquoise vessel pendant. I wonder what that means. Does that mean it's like a little vessel? Inspired by the design of poison rings. Wow. Gist of it. Look at this beautiful piece of art. It's so crystalline. It's so airy. It's so high vibe. Wow. It's beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. Go in this direction and try not to set anything on fire. Alright, so we have a beautiful blue candle here, which matches our artwork rather beautifully, don't you think? We also have the traditional, not typical, but traditional oil that comes inside of a witch's moon box. Expansion. We must smell. I want it all over me and I want it now. It is so sweet. It's sweet, it's comforting, it's welcoming. It's so delightful. I'm going to be using that a lot. I can feel it. Oh, we have the new updated string or cord. It's not squishy. This is not a squishy one. It is kind of a ropey style one. And there isn't the typical plug, it's the clasp. So that does make a difference for some people. A little piece of what appears to be turquoise. Oh yes, it is. It's a beautiful little piece of turquoise. I'm loving it. Oh, it's got a little bit of pyrite in there as well. That's nice. Okay, we can work with that as well. Lumeria. Okay, let's have a little sniff and see, and just see. It's very fresh. I like it. It's very fresh. It doesn't have a very strong aroma, which is always nice. Alright, so now we get to have a look at the piece that we will be working with today. I'm excited. I don't know which way. Oh, the right way. Oh, wow. Look at this stunning piece. It is so pretty. Wow. Oh, I see now. Is this, I don't want to force it. Yep. Oh, look, it's got a little section in the top. That's even better. We can work some magic with this. Wow, I love it. It's got a really subtle and delicate energy. Oh, I'm currently wearing this one right here, which I have been rocking hardcore of late. It's literally attached to me right now, so I can't pull it out any further, but I've been wearing that one flat out. So you saw that beautiful piece of Lemurian seed quartz with that little piece of turquoise. Now what I typically do once I unbox a beautiful Witch's Bounty is I look at the stone, I sense its energy, I sense its vibration, and I ask it what it would like to be used for specifically. And then I try to attune to the sound, to the voice, to the energy of that particular stone. If I can't, I then get in there and I cleanse it a little bit harder, and then I ritually program it, and then I go from that point onwards. But most of the jewelry that comes from the Witch's Moon has a very clean and clear vibe to it, and I do believe that that comes from the fact that they are handled with a great deal of care, I should say. Nevertheless, I'm going to get into this one a little bit, you know, heavier, I suppose, and show you exactly what it is that I do. Now, I do work with salt for the purpose of cleansing many of my stones. I have already spoken about this once before, and that is that not every single stone suits the use of salt. So salt is very specific for me, and it has a very specific energy, and yes, it is wonderful for cleansing imprints and unwanted vibrations from your stones, but again, not all stones can benefit from salt. However, quartz-based stones can, and so I'm going to go with salt, with some condition oils, and with some herbs for this particular preparation, and let's just get stuck into it. So I have bought out this little dish we're going to be working with. This actually came out of a bookish box, the Illumi crate, to be perfectly honest. I am going to then light some of this beautiful Lemuria stick incense. Now, to be honest, I typically do not work with stick incense in ritual, but we are going with it today. With this little dish, what I'm going to do is I'm going to anoint this beautiful candle like so. Expansion. We're working with the energies of expansion. And I'm going to fix it to the plate like so. Okay. This, oh, my hands are too oily for this. I'm just going to put a little bit of salt, like so, and I'm also going to add a few bits and pieces like chamomile, which I really love. I love working with chamomile, and it looks like there is chamomile in here. So I feel like we're on par with some of the ingredients. Whoops. Being a bit rough with it. It's loosened. I'm going to have to attach that again. There we go. I'm also feeling, I'm just playing around here because I've got all manner of business around me. I'm feeling like I want to use a little bit of spearmint. There's a crispness and a clarity to spearmint that I feel goes really well with quartz of any kind. And then there's also a little bit of lemongrass. Lemongrass is highly intuitive. I love lemongrass for activating those intuitive faculties. And whenever I'm wearing, you know, jewelry, like meaningful jewelry, magical jewelry, I want it to feel a very specific way, and lemongrass brings some of that energy that I like, especially. So I'm working really intuitively here, folks. Okay, so I just allow what I have to truly inspire me. Used a pretty heavy dose of that. It's all over me. So I feel like I can add a piece of turquoise to this side. And I'll take the tag off. So I'm just going to put a little bit of the oil that is left on my hands onto the pendant. And I am going to push it in, and then probably go over the top of it like so. I want some of that beautiful salt energy, just to really cover each crystal in a way, like so. And I like that. I like the way that that's looking. I like to work with the sacred art because it is connected. It's always very connected to the pendant or the botanical. It's a beautiful thing. Creating a little bit of space here. Doesn't take a lot of time to like create that kind of beautiful atmosphere, and I like everything that I do to look and feel really beautiful, to look and feel really engaged. I have that lit incense. So I'm going to light the candle. And then I will let that candle burn down while focusing my intention. So I will sit here and I will happily, you know, connect with the energy of the candle, with the botanicals, with the salt. The salt is here to purify, to ground and to center, to remove anything that is unwanted that may be attached to the crystal from its manufacturing processes or its harvesting processes. Stones can hold a little bit of trauma in them depending on how they've been handled and mined and things like that, so I'm very conscious of that. I try not to overuse salt too much, but I find that salt works really beautifully within that purification aspect. Then I chose the energies of chamomile for its sun energy, for its healing, for its abundance, for that energy of just potent power that it has. It's got such solid unyielding energy to me, and it is a botanical that I find that brings a lot of strength of will and vibrancy and illumination and expansion and celebration to it. It's also a very soothing and very calming botanical, so much so that chamomile tea is used, you know, to help to sleep and to relax and to ease the nervous system a little bit. And then I chose to work with spearmint to really elevate the energies and to create the clarity and to bring about that keenness, that awareness, because I want to be working with this stone and I want to be aware and I want to feel that, you know, that sharp kind of keen awareness, you know, that sort of settles nicely into that chamomile. So I don't want to be like peaking all the time. I don't want to be hyper. I want to be grounded in this feeling but still quite aware. And then I put in the lemongrass for that extra sense, for that intuitive nature, for that psychic ability. And I really like the way that lemongrass moves within those particular themes. And then I added a pretty hefty dose of expansion, which was the oil that smells absolutely heavenly. It's all over my hands, as you can see, and I absolutely love it. And then I just thought that I would leave the, you know, the art here and, you know, allow it to do its work, allow it to, you know, to just all work together energetically. I will take some of the botanicals that I have placed within this mix here and tuck it into the pocket or the little vessel at the top to carry some of that energy with the stone, and that way this entire process is much more interconnected, much more embedded, if that makes sense. So I will leave this here until the candle burns all the way down, and then for another 3 days if I can, if I don't need to use this space for anything else, so I can leave it here for another 3 days. I like to let my stones really sit and bask and bathe in this ambiance and, you know, magic that I've created for enough time, and when I'm ready I will then program my stone. And to program a crystal you need only touch it, take a couple of deep breaths and really harmonize to the energy. I like to breathe in the energy of my stones, so every time I inhale I'm breathing in the energy of my stone, and every time I'm exhaling an intention. So it's a very cyclical breath kind of meditative experience, and I focus on programming. So I tell the stone in the nicest way that I know how, with enough feeling and intention, what I intend this stone to be used for, and then I will use that stone when it is that I need the magic and the power and the programming of that stone. Alright, my beautiful souls, so I hope that you have enjoyed this video and having a look as well at how it is that I prepare my magical and ritual jewelry. So this is typically what I do for most of my jewelry, if not all of my jewelry, especially the jewelry that I'm intending on working with in a magical context. I do adjust certain aspects, ingredients and things of that nature accordingly, depending on the piece of jewelry that I'm working with. And if it's crystal jewelry, then I typically focus on tapping into the energy of a specific crystal. Every crystal warrants a different approach as far as I'm concerned. They're a different energy, a different entity, a different spirit in and of themselves, and so I try to make sure that I honor those aspects as much as humanly possible. So if you've liked this video, then do give it a thumbs up. Make sure to share your comments, your thoughts, and any questions that you might have in the comment section below. I love chatting with you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!